When It came out in September of 2017, the popularity of this film skyrocketed. I mean, people went freaking nuts over this. It was so popular that within the literal next month, which was October, people started dressing as Pennywise for Halloween even before Halloween even came up. Even kids started dressing up as Pennywise, which drew me an immense amount of concern, wondering how the hell did kids even watch this movie? They should be nowhere near this movie. Parents, be more responsible in letting your children not watch this movie. Please, do never let them watch this movie. What is wrong with you? In terms of horror films, I wouldn't call this my absolute favorite among the classics that have come out over the years, and even in recent years. But it definitely deserves the overwhelming amount of success and attention that it got. I mean, it's better than the Mount Everest summit of bullshit that we get more often nowadays. The movie's horror elements is still fun to watch on its own. It's got memorable characters, it's got a good story, it's got great atmosphere, and it has a good lesson to come at the end of it. What really sells it for me personally is the opening of the film. It does a really good job of setting the tone and building atmosphere for the rest of the film. I mean, it's not flawless or anything. I'm gonna point out those flaws as we go through this analysis. It's not perfect in any way, but it's still pretty damn good. And I think it's worth talking about it in this video in particular. So let's talk about it, shall we? It starts off pretty simple. Gloomy weather, eerie music playing in the background. Gets you in the mood for something scary later on in the film. It shows two brothers hanging out while the parents seemingly ignore them. It's just a pretty common theme throughout the film, so it's nice how they show it here. You gotta cool it with the sound editing though, because that's a bit much. We don't need to hear that loud banging noise that you're doing with the sound editing. Like, you could have easily just had a creak in the wall or something. That you didn't need all that. There's a couple weak scares, but they go by pretty quick, so whatever.
Georgie, hurry up.
After that, Billy finishes the paper boat for Georgie and he plays outside with it in the rain. I don't know why that's a thing. You could have just waited the next day and then not deal with the rain. The water would still been there for at least a couple days. So I don't know why he did that, but whatever. Until he runs into Pennywise, who's holding his boat inside of a sewer hole.
Hiya, Georgie. What a nice boat. Do you want it back?
And of course he immediately questions why he's in the sewer hole, and Pennywise gives a really BS excuse the whole time, and it's just kind of like, how are you still having the conversation with this clown?
What are you doing in the sewer?
Oh, the storm blew me away. Blew the whole circus away.
But at the same time, it's like, it's a kid, so he doesn't really know any better, so it makes sense as to why, while he would question it, he doesn't really have a clue as to whether or not to trust him, even though he made him laugh a couple times. But then a woman walks out of her house while this is going on, and she fixes her blinds, I think. She sees the kid looking through a sewer hole, not really questioning why he's doing that, but goes about her day as if she saw nothing. But then Georgie tries to leave the conversation after realizing that it might not be the best situation here. But then... as the woman from earlier sees the streaks of blood on the ground, she turns away as if she saw nothing, as if it was just a minor inconvenience. The best thing I like about this intro is the fact that it doesn't shy away from doing the absolute insane thing. Like, not only did they kill a kid on camera, but they did it in the most brutal way and in the most tragic way possible. It also helps that the scene itself is very well executed after he gets his arm bitten off. And you see him crying in pain trying to get away, but he can't get very far because of the injury. It's really sad and tragic to watch, and it's very traumatizing for anyone who sees it. And I appreciate them going all out with this scene, and it's very well done. As traumatizing as it looks, it's definitely worth doing because it allows us to feel a certain impact from a horror element. I mean, it is a horror movie with an R rating, so of course they're going to take full advantage of it, and I'm glad that they did. It only goes up from here for the rest of the film, which is why, even from that opening alone, this film definitely deserves the reputation that it has, and it deserves to keep it for the years to come.